This guy, look at this guy. He's getting ready for the sprints.
That was easy about to run the track, and I wish I could say that was a bit, but he was being serious.
This is Sportscentre.
Hey, I'm Marissa Roberto, and we're just 2 days away from race day, and you could feel the excitement in the atmosphere. Look at all these people behind me, you're ready. But we start in the CFL because it is rivalry week. And Winnipeg and Saskatchewan add another chapter to a rivalry that is old as time tonight. Both teams come into this game 1-0, but their wins are very different. On the Sasky side, Trevor Harris is a game-time decision, and if he does not start, Mason Fine is in line to be the guy. Fine made his first 2 CFL starts last season and passed for almost 700 yards in those games. On the Winnipeg side, there's no question who's starting because that is Zach Collaros. The league's most outstanding player the last 2 years in a row is off to an amazing start to the season again, as he passed for over 350 yards and 3 touchdowns against Hamilton week 1. The thing that he and the Bombers do so well is create big plays, and in that win it was on full display. Collaros had 4 completions of over 30 yards, and yeah, we know it's a small sample size, but of course this leads the league. Add in Brady Oliveira's impact on the ground, and you've got an unstoppable offense. Another thing working in Winnipeg's favor is their dominance in this rivalry over the last few years. Dating back to 2019, the Bombers have won 7 in a row against the Riders, which, you know, I'm supposed to remain objective here, but that kind of sucks for me. Saskatchewan, pick it up, okay? You're embarrassing me. Just a reminder, you can watch the Bombers and Riders tonight on TSN. Coverage begins at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. Okay, we got some breaking news from the NBA. Ja Morant has been suspended 25 games starting next season for a pair of incidents involving him having a gun on Instagram. There will also be conditions for his return from the suspension. For more on this developing story, click the link below. Okay, so as you can see from this crowd behind me, this thing is really getting going right now. Practice started earlier today with qualifying tomorrow and the race on Sunday. And there are so many iconic parts of this track, but arguably the most iconic has to be the legendary Wall of Champions. I was with Tim Hauraney at the Wall earlier and we spoke about the legendary history. We're here at the famous Wall of Champions with the even more famous Tim Hauraney, if we're being honest, to talk about how important this wall is. So exactly why do we love this wall so much? What makes it so important?
I mean, back, seasons ago, this is a wall that's absorbed 3 Formula One world champions. It was Michael Schumacher, Damon Hill, Jacques Villeneuve, and so it's a very famous part of the track for obvious reasons. And yeah, we could take people through how to avoid pounding this thing here, this wall.
Okay, wait. If you were taking this turn, would you hit the wall?
So I've raced here before. Like, I've never actually hit it. Like, I've rubbed up against it, but never actually made full contact with this thing. But like, it would really hurt. It hurt a lot, I think, in a Formula One car. We'll just say that. Okay, so let's put yourself in the driver's position Sunday. What is the approach to taking this wall, taking this turn? Yeah, so a lot of it has to do with like your braking coming off this really long back straightaway that's back here. Like, it's so important to make sure you get that braking done properly. You're carrying the right amount of speed into the corner, and then there's certain intricacies about it that you have to be really careful with. I mean, the curbs are really high, so if you hit them on the wrong angle, they can throw you into this wall. If you hit them too shallow and then you take the second part of the chicane too much, into the wall again. So it's like really precise with your driving, so it's all about sequencing heading into the corner.
You've obviously watched this race many times. Who do you feel, out of the lot of drivers here now, who do you feel takes this turn the best?
I mean, I think they all do. It all comes down to like what happens with them in qualifying, also with the race. But in qualifying, like these drivers are like on the limit, and so like any tiny like little mistake, Marissa, it's game over.
Okay, so what you're saying is I would never survive out here.
Oh, you'd be all right. You play sim racing, right?
He's being way too kind. Tim Hauraney, a pleasure as always.
Thanks, Marissa. I appreciate it.
And just a reminder, TSN has you covered for all things Canadian Grand Prix. We'll be doing bonus shows tomorrow and Sunday. Plus, starting today, we've got practice pretty much right after we post the show, then qualifying Saturday, race on Sunday. Necessity is the mother of invention. Time now for my favorite segment and yours, Why We Love Sports Today.
Why we love sports today.
And this is what happens when you get some tradespeople playing foosball. Oh my God. This is the only way I want to watch foosball from now on. Now, we're lucky enough to work with Eric Kirk, who happens to go by the nickname Drill Bit Rick. So you know we had to send him the video to hear his take on this.
All right, it's my day off. I just triple bogeyed 3 holes in a row, and now Heinz asking me to react to this video. It's been a brutal morning, but let's see what this is. Listen, as somebody nicknamed Drill Bit Rick, that is a very effective use of drills. I just don't know where they get the bits to fit the foosball table.
Time now for the CFL preview powered by FanDuel. And there are plenty of interesting bets to look at when checking out tonight's game. But we want to come out of the game with a winner today. So we cooked up a little same game parlay action, going with Bombers money line at over 41.5, which pays out -113. We think the Bombers are the best team in the CFL. I mean, they've been to 3 straight Grey Cups, winning 2 of them. And sad to say, we think they'll win tonight versus Saskatchewan. But that point spread is just a little too high for us. And same with the total. So by hoping for just a win and chiseling that total down to 41.5, we think we got a winner. The Bombers put up 42 themselves last weekend against Hamilton. And going back to September 10th last season, including playoffs, the Bombers games featured a total of 58.7 points scored per game, with only 1 game in that stretch not going over 41. And their 3 games against the Riders last year averaged a total of 52 points a game. So they were playing a little safe. But at -113, we're coming out of the gate with a winner here. Just a reminder, you can watch the Bombers and Rough Riders tonight on TSN. Coverage begins at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. Now joined by Jesse Pollock from the Special Olympic World Games in Berlin. Jesse, great to see you, bud.
What's up, Riss? Pretty cool that you're in Montreal. I'm in Berlin. 2 elite food cities.
All right, Jesse, you just got to Berlin. What has it been like so far?
Oh, it's been great so far. You can already feel the energy around the games. Apparently 20,000 people are volunteering for them, so lots of buzz in Berlin right now. It's fantastic. As for what I've been up to, I've been here for just over 24 hours. Had to get myself a nice German meal. We're talking schnitzel. We're talking pretzels and mustard. It was a great meal. Really beautiful city. Very advanced, very clean. And I'm looking forward to touring it a little more as the games go by.
I'm so jealous of that schnitzel, you have no idea. All right, what do you got planned for the rest of the week?
So the opening ceremonies are tomorrow night, and a lot of people are going to be there. So I'm really looking forward to covering that. As for the rest of the week, I'm going to be getting behind-the-scenes action of the athletes before they're doing their events, while they do their events. Apparently powerlifting is one of the coolest ones here. I myself love to lift, so I'm really excited to see how much these athletes can actually push. But yeah, it's going to be awesome. Really looking forward to covering every sport here, and expect a lot of cool videos on Bar Down and TSN in the upcoming week.
Jesse, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to chat again next week.
Thanks, Riss. Enjoy the race.
That's it for today. We'll see you right back here tomorrow for a special Saturday show, joining you right after qualifying.